GirlGoneFishing, and this is really exciting. I am in Kentucky on Cave Run Lake with my buddy Scott. Scott and I used to fish together all the time.
Used to, then she abandoned me.
We were S&M fishing team, but haven't done it in a while, and we're back out here with his beautiful Ranger boat, Princess, and we're pre-fishing for a tournament next weekend, October 3rd. This is the last weekend in September right now. So we're scouting the lake. We have today and tomorrow. Gonna see if we can find some good spots. I mean, this is Scott's home lake, so he knows the lake really well. He knows the spots. But Scott, what do you have to add about this morning?
Well, so this morning, a couple things. One, it's fall transition. So, and it's really early transition. So the leaves are just now starting to change on the shore. Right off the bat, we saw that based on the shoreline, the water's dropping. It's not about whether the lake is up or down, it's about what the lake is doing. Is the water going up or water going down? So we know the water's going down, which typically pull fish off the shore. Then we have we've been checking for blow-ups. I don't see any surface activity at all. So right now we're heading to the back of Scotts Creek, and we're just going to kind of cruise around. We're using electronics, side imaging, looking for shad, looking for bait, looking for structure. And then we're just kind of formulate a plan and go from there.
All right, excited to get going, catch some big bass, and maybe a muskie. I forgot that the last time I was fishing, I backlashed this and then just reeled over it.
Oh, it's up digging it out?
I was going to restring it at home because the line's pretty low.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, it's a muskie.
No kidding.
Yep. A juvenile muskie.
I can't believe it's a muskie. On a weightless fluke. Scott, you're gonna make me a believer in those things after all. Look at his teeth.
Look inside his face.
He's just a little baby, but look at those teeth. Very cool. Cave Run muskie, first fish of the trip. Alright, so the point of this trip is to try to find fish more than to catch fish. But like Scott said, we're in fall, early fall, and the weather's changing really fast, so it's going to be significantly cooler next weekend for the tournament than it is this weekend for our pre-fishing. But we're really just getting out and seeing if we can find like where the bait fish are hanging out, stuff like that. So I'm starting out with my 3XD and my chatterbait, my two go-tos, but Scott is a big finesse fisherman, so in his honor I have a weightless Senko. You see that there? I got my weightless Senko, and I have a Texas rig Big TRD. So
That's a turd.
that is a turd. Scott already started with a weightless fluke and got that little muskie, so he's fishing in kind of like grass and using the weightless plastics to come through the grass. So it's so quiet and it's so still. There's not a lot of wind. We're not seeing a lot of fish action. So that kind of tells you, you know, you do something subtle and quiet. So, but I'm still throwing my chatterbait because, you know, fun. You don't have streaks in your hair. It was so very Keith Sutherland.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know, 1990 of you.
But have you seen Keeper Sutherland now?
Yeah.
Maybe the whole time maybe it wasn't recording then.
It was not, no.
That's awesome.
Our first real fish. It's got some weird stuff.
Yeah, it's got sores on them.
Weird lips. All right, this would put us on the board.
Community holes.
I'll make sure to back up and hold it in front of the camera.
I can't make it.
Yep, there you go. Come over here and hold it up in front of this one. I'll come over here and make sure you're in camera.
Wrong species.
Got a big one?
No.
Got a bluegill?
Nope.
Got a muskie?
Nope. It would be a keeper though. I think. Oh, that's 12 inches.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Little thing.
All right, so Scott and I are wrapping up day one of our practice for next week's tournament on Cave Run Lake. And one of the best things about crashing at Scott's house is Pop's barbecue after fishing. So he's actually in there right now. Oh, there he is with our cheeseburgers. And we're gonna go home, get our tackle and our reels ready. Cheeseburgers!
Fishing food.
So today we ended up with 3 keeper largemouth. They all came on soft plastic finesse. We got a bunch of dinks. Scott actually got a good range of fish. He got a largemouth, a smallmouth, a white bass, a spotted bass, and a juvenile muskie. So that was kind of cool, but we didn't get the size we wanted, so we're gonna try some different stuff tomorrow and see how it pans out and hopefully set ourselves up for great success in the tournament next weekend. So we'll see you tomorrow, and it's time for some cheeseburgers. Good morning. It is day 2 of my cave run pre-fishing for next weekend's tournament. It is really foggy this morning, a little bit cool, and we are packing up and getting ready to head over to Cave Run. The goal for today is to find some bigger bass or spots where we think there'll be bigger bass next weekend, and my personal goal is to sneak in a couple muskie.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
They're white bass.
All right, we found a bunch of white bass. There's some white bass with some shad on top of them. But that's not what we're looking for.
Those are white bass. Those are white bass.
Cool.
Oh, I didn't see right there. Sorry. You get them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think they're a little white bass. Probably they put the whole group up.
Look at all those shad. So we have to come up with a lure that is better than all these, because here's the bottom, and this is all bait fish. That's crazy. Where's the big bass that's eating all that? Well, we found the grass, but we haven't found the bass. I think you might have got the first one. Holy cow, look at all those shad. From the bottom all the way up to the top of the water. That's a solid school of bait fish. We've got bait fish, we've got grass out here. All of this beautiful grass. And we can't get a bite. Come on, Scott, get a bite.
Give me a sandwich, I'll show you a bite.
Oh my goodness, look at all those bait fish. It's craziness. Look at all those shad getting out of your way.
Because we had a fish. Oh, you did have a fish.
I didn't see your fish. Alright, well, we're off the lake after our day 2 of pre-fishing for the tournament next weekend, and you guessed it, back to pops. So today is Gouda brisket sandwich day. Yum! So the day wasn't all that productive as far as catching bass, but we found a ton of grass and a ton of shad shallow, but the only bass we got seemed to be a little bit deeper. So it's a little confusing, and to add into that mix, the temperature's going to start dropping on Tuesday, and the tournament is on Saturday. So we don't know if the temperature's going to drop enough to kick it into like fall transition, if the bass are going to scatter or what. But we put in the time, that's all we can do, and hopefully next Saturday we do great in the tournament.